sentimental is usually about memories and the memories making a strong feeling, like you want to cry or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mohammed, can you read that sentence? He gets sentimental. Read the whole sentence.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Okay. Can you read the first three words only?
He gets sentimental.
What would you say is the most important word in that phrase? He gets sentimental.
Sentimental.
Okay. And which syllable has all of the power? Which syllable has all of the power?
He gets sentimental. First syllable.
Okay, that would be if it were the first syllable. That would be sentimental. It could be sentimental. Okay, how many syllables do we have? Sentimental. That's four. So this is a multi. This is a word with multiple powerful syllables. He gets sentimental. It could be sen. It could be sen though. So let's do that. We'll make that big. So can you read these three words together, but make sure to give all the power to that sen.
He gets sentimental.
He gets sentimental. He gets sentimental. Say it again.
He gets sentimental.
Pachu, can you say that? He gets sentimental.
Sentimental.
Say the whole phrase. He gets sentimental.
He gets sentimental.
Uh-huh. Sentimental. Say sen. Sentimental. He gets sentimental.
He gets sentimental.
Okay. Pachu, can you read the next three words? What are the next three words?
Every time he.
Okay. What do you think would be the most important word in that phrase? Every time he.
Also, every.
Yeah. Okay.
Every.
All right. And which syllable has all of the power in that word? Every. 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 How would the word if the word time and the word he are not important words, how will that sound together? Time he.
Timey.
Timey. Timey.
Timey.
Every timey.
Every timey.
He gets sentimental every timey.
He gets sentimental every timey.
Mohammed, can you try that? Every timey.
Every timey.
He gets sentimental every timey.
He gets sentimental every time.
Mm-hmm. Mohammed, what are the next and the last three words?
Visits his hometown.
Okay. Is there more than one important word in that phrase?
Visits.
Visits? Any other words or just visit? What about hometown? Do you think we should make that an important word?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the word visits, which syllable has all of the power? Visits. Which syllable has all of the power?
The first one.
The first one. Visits. Visits. How about hometown? Which word in that which individual word in that compound word would get
First word.
the first word? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, how will you say visits his hometown? Like one word.
Visits his hometown.
Visits his hometown.
Visits his hometown.
Every time he visits his hometown.
Every time he visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Okay. Pachu, can you say the whole phrase?
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Okay, Pachu, how many phrases can we divide this sentence into?
There's a two.
Okay, what are the two phrases?
He gets sentimental every time,
Okay, he gets sentimental every time. And
and next is he visits his hometown.
okay, now in that first phrase, he gets sentimental every time. Would you like this to sound happy and friendly, or would you like it to sound serious?
So it is serious.
Can you repeat that, please?
Serious.
Serious. Okay. So how will you say the final part of this phrase? How will that sound?
There is a low and low tone
Low. Oh, so tell me, how will that sound to you?
every time.
Every
There is a
time.
low
Hmm. How
every time.
how should we start our phrase? Will that start high or low?
So sentimental is high.
Okay. So he gets sentimental every time.
Sentimental every time.
He gets sentimental every time.
He gets sentimental every time.
Mohammed, can you try that? He gets sentimental every time.
He gets sentimental every time.
Hmm. Make sure that when you say sentimental, you give a lot of attention to sen. That's an important sound. Sentiment. The other ones are not important, but sen is sentimental.
He gets sentimental every time.
He gets sentimental every time. Okay. Mohammed, how about the next phrase? He visits his hometown. How would you like that to sound? Would you like it to sound nice and happy and friendly, or would you like it to sound serious?
Friendly.
Friendly? Okay. So, how will this final word sound if we want to sound friendlier or nicer?
In blue.
All blue?
Yes.
Okay, well, a phrase ends blue, it ends low usually, but to sound nice or friendly, we also have to put some high tones in it. That's what makes it sound nicer or friendlier. So, we'll say hometown, hometown, high low, hometown. Can you try that?
Hometown.
Hometown. Okay. And how does our phrase start?
In red.
Okay, hi, hi. He visits his hometown.
He visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Okay. Pachu, can you say the final phrase? He visits his hometown.
He visits his hometown.
Okay, can you say the whole thing? He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
He gets sentimental every time he visits his hometown.
Okay. Uh, Pachu, can you make a how he get question every time?
How does he get
Hmm.
sentimental every time?
What does get mean anyway? In this sentence, he gets sentimental, and in your question, how does he get? Because get means a lot of different things. What does it mean here in this kind of a question?
So become.
Yeah, it's like become, like change from one thing to another thing. Can you say the question again? How does he get when?
How does he get sentimental every time.
No more sentimental because we're asking how. Like what does he change into
Okay. So the how does he get
every time?
every time?
Do the whole question. How does he get every time he visits his hometown?
Okay. How does he get every time when he visits his hometown?
Okay, and what is the most important word in your question?
How
Okay, so how does that sound? If that's an important word, how should it sound?
is it? How
How?
how does
How?
he?
How does he? So if we put how plus does plus he together, how does he?
How does he?
How does
How
he
does he?
get?
How does he get?
How does he get every time he visits his hometown?
How does he get every time when he visits his hometown?
Okay. Mohammed, can you make that question? How does he get?
How does he get when he visits his hometown?
Visits his. How does he get when he visits his hometown?
How does he get when he visits his hometown?
Okay. I'm just going to write your question on the screen. How does he get when he visits his hometown? Can you see the question that I've written here on the screen? Is that visible to you?
Yes.
Okay, you've made a mistake in your question. Can you identify any mistakes in that question?
Get.
That's right, it's get and not gets. We use the simple form because the S is over here with does. How does he get when he visits his hometown?
How does he get
Mm-hmm.
when he visits his hometown?
Can you say visit?
Visit.
Can you say oh? Can you say his visits his?
Visits is.
Can you say visitses like one word? Visitses
Visits his.
when he visits his hometown.
When he visits his hometown.
How does he get when he visits his hometown?
How does he get when he visits his hometown?
Okay, Pachu, how does he get when he visits his hometown?
How does he get
Mhm.
when he visits his hometown?
What is the answer, Pachu?
He gets sentimental every time when
Mhm.
he visits his hometown.
Okay, all right. Mohammed, can you read the next example?